Here's a great song in the key of E major by Keith Urban, Somebody Like You. Now, I do recommend that you learn the whole song, not just the guitar solo. There's a great banjo part that you can do on guitar. And of course, always learn the chords that are happening in the song. It's very important to do that because you want to be able to take some of these riffs that that you're learning from the solo that Keith Urban is using, and you want to use them in your own situations and own songs. And own jams, okay? And the only way you can actually really do that is by fully understanding what is happening, what is he playing, and what is he playing on top of. What chord is happening as he's playing a certain progression, a certain guitar part, okay? So learn the solo and then learn the actual song, which is in the key of E major. Here we go. So here's part one of Toby Keith's main solo for Somebody Like You. Now, the solo is in the key of E. So we're going to start off here in the relative minor position. So the relative minor in the key of E major is C sharp minor. So we're going to be using this pentatonic C sharp minor pattern. But it's important to understand that C sharp is not the tonic. It's not the root note here. E is the root note, making this now a E major scale, actually, an E major pentatonic scale. So let's start with the first part. We're doing a double stop bend here on the G and B string. Now what I want you to do is put your ring finger here on the G string 11th fret, your pinky finger on the B string 12th fret, and then we're going to have a helper finger here on the G string with the middle finger. We're going to start by hitting the low E string open. Now, what Keith Urban does is he does a slide, starting from the 12th fret, and then down to nothing, and he hits the E string open, and then he does the double stop bend here. So to perform this double stop bend, you're going to bend just your ring finger. And you're not going to bend the pinky finger, so that's going to stay where it is. You're going to pick both the G and the B string, and that's going to happen while the low E string is ringing out. We're going to hold that, we're going to pick them both again, and we're going to release it to do a pull off. And we're going to pull off to the index finger on the 9th fret G string, okay? So far we have. And then we hit 11 on the D string with the ring finger. We're going to place our index finger on 9 on the G and B string, and we're going to do a double stop hammer on. So we're going to hammer on to 11 on the G string, but we're not going to hammer on the B string. So we're going to pick both G and B, hammer on to the 9th fret, 11th fret G string. Once that's complete, we're going to pick both the G and B string back on 9 again. Okay, we do another slide, another low E string, and then repeat the same process with the double stop. Alright, here's our next section. So in order to perform this, we're going to slide from about 12 up to 16. And then we're going to hit high E string 12. Go back to 16 on the B string with our ring finger, and we're going to slide to 17. We're going to hit the high E string open. We're going to go back to the 17th fret B string, hit it twice, slide down to 16, hit the high E string open, hit 16 twice with a slide, high E string open, down to 12, hit the high E string open, and we're gonna continue with the same technique all the way down the E major scale, okay? Down to 10, high E string open, down to 9, open, 7, open, 5, and then we're going to slide from 2nd fret G string and the 3rd fret B string with our middle finger and ring finger, and we're going to pick those, and we're going to slide to 4 and 5 on the G and B string. So just to recap that part. Okay, here's part number 3. So pretty simple. We're gonna bend on the D string 4, and then we're gonna hold it and we're gonna pick it again for a release. 2nd fret D string, 4th fret A string. Go back to the D string and do a hammer on from 2 to 4, and then end on 2 on the D string. Okay, pretty simple. All right, here's our next part. So we're doing a very country style bend on the 4th fret A string. We're going to bend the 4th fret A string up and we're going to hold it. While we're holding it, we're going to put our pinky finger on the G string 4th fret, and we're going to pick that, and then we're going to drop this and we're going to bend it a few more times and pick it while it's up as well. Drop it, 2nd fret A string, 4th fret low E string, back to the 2nd fret A string. So now we should have okay, so the next part isn't directly a coherent part. It has it's made up of a bunch of mutes and random slides. And then the ending has something that is coherent. So this is what happens. We're gonna mute it with our left hand, and we want to do a down up stroke. Once that's complete, we're gonna slide from the 4th fret. Okay, and we're just kind of go into nothing. Once you reach about the 9th fret, release the pressure off of the string, and then we're gonna do another mute. With a down up stroke. We're going to go reset and go back to the 4th fret D string, do the same thing. Okay, and then same thing on the G string. So it should look like this. Okay, and then we're going to add the last little part of this section. We're going to slide from the G string 4 to 6. Okay, with our ring finger. Our middle finger is going to hit the B string 5. And then we're going to do a full step bend with our index finger. This is a very difficult bend to do. Okay, so definitely make sure you have your thumb hooked up here. Try and get the most leverage you can with your index finger. Most full step bends require helper fingers, so if we did it with our ring finger, for example, it would be much easier. We have a lot more control over it, but since we're doing it with our index finger, it's going to take a lot of practice. And the very final section, we're going to slide with our middle finger from 4. Sorry, we'll do it from 6 actually. It doesn't really matter where we start from. Do it from 6, we're going to slide up to 13. And then we're going to pick 12, 12 on the B string and high E string. Ring finger is going to go to the 15th fret B string. And we're going to do a delayed bend. So for a delayed bend, we actually let that note sustain before we bend it. So just to piece that last part together, it should look like this.